Hey, what's going on, everybody on YouTube? Steve here with Raiken Profit over at RaikenProfit.com, of course, and coming to you guys with another live show. And in today's show, we're going to be going through some items that sell on eBay. So you may be coming to this video because you're already subscribed to me and you know that, you know what, I serve you the good stuff. I give you the stuff that you go out for, you could find, you can make money. But also, if you're coming to my channel and you don't know who I am, maybe you're looking to figure out what sells on eBay. So I'm going to share with you 10 items I sold within my Amazon FBA business. A little bit about myself. I am 29 years old from Connecticut. Quit my job at the Cracker Barrel and other kind of miscellaneous jobs at pizzerias, gas stations, retail stores about 3 years ago. And I've been selling on platforms such as Craigslist, eBay, Amazon, and I've also ventured off into other platforms as well, including ACX, which is audiobooks, CreateSpace, physical books, Kindle books, internet marketing, YouTube, my own products. So I've kind of been around the block. But one thing that really stands out to me in terms of an opportunity to make money is selling physical products on Amazon FBA. And within this video, I'm going to share my screen with you. As you can see, you should be able to see my screen. I'm going to share with you 10 items that I sold within my Amazon FBA business over the last couple of weeks. I only went back about 14 days in terms of my sales and picked out some of the more interesting items that I thought may be able to serve you. Maybe it'll open up your eyes and say, you know, you'll say to yourself, wow, I didn't know you could buy that. Or maybe you'll just say, wow, that went for so much money. Like, that motivates me. I'm going to go out. I'm going to make it happen. So I just want to let you know right now, you know, I'm not selling you anything in this video a lot of times, and there's nothing wrong with that. I sell my own products and stuff. But a lot of times, you know, people come to a video and, you know, it looks interesting, it looks exciting, and then at the end of the video, they're selling them on $1,000 product, which again, I'm not against it. I have a few products that I sell, nothing in terms of Amazon FBA, but I want to say that up front just to let you know that I don't have a hidden agenda. I'm here just to help you out, to share with you, you know, what works for me, and to kind of inspire the people who are just getting started in this, you know, e-commerce world, to know that there's actually things out there that you can do right now to make money. I don't care if you're a teenager. I don't care if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or if you're a senior. Amazon FBA is a great opportunity. And funny story, my mother, who I won't say her age, but I'm 29, so you can add up the numbers in your head. She's, you know, she's a little older. She's up there, and you know, she does Amazon FBA. I got her started on Amazon, and she makes a couple $1,000s extra per month in gross sales. It's not profit, so you know, she brings home a decent amount of side cash each and every month. And what she does is she goes out to garage sales and thrift stores and retail stores, and she buys things, especially things like books, board games, video games, stuff of that nature. She doesn't really mess with the more advanced stuff that, you know, I'm going to talk about in this video, like electronics and cameras and routers and stuff like that. But she makes a few extra $1,000 per month on a part-time basis. And the reason I share that story with you is because it doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter your ethnicity, your race, your gender. None of these things matter. What matters is your willingness to take action. So with that being said, I do want to let you guys know that there is a comment section that is open, which you should be able to see on my screen right now, right in this area right here. So if anybody is watching live, you know, feel free to drop a comment. Let me know, one, that you can hear me okay, because that would stink if you couldn't hear me. Let me do a little sound check on my side. Make sure everything's coming through okay. I got her started on. All right, so it looks like the sound is working properly. But if you guys are watching live, you know, feel free to drop a comment and say hello. Not only am I going to share with you the 10 items that I've sold, but I'm also going to be jumping in and out of the comment section to answer your questions. So if you are dealing with any struggles, challenges, or obstacles in your business, whether it's Amazon FBA or eBay, Craigslist, anything along those lines, feel free to drop a line and I'll shout you out and answer your question. But we got Mr. Sadie123 in the house saying, Bubba. What's going on, Bubba? We got Jarko AHO1. What's going on, man? You're number one. You're actually number two. Mr. Sadie beat you to the punch. We got Green Pastures 1000 saying, good morning. Good morning, Green Pastures. How is your day going? So with that being said, let's not waste any more time. I'll be in the comments in a few minutes, but let's dive into the 10 items that I sold on Amazon FBA. First item that I sold was actually a gift from Mama Profits. And if you're not sure who in the world Mama Profits is, that's the nickname that I've given my mother. And she comes thrifting a lot with me, garage sales. We go on road trips together, and like I said, she resells as well on Amazon FBA. And before I went on a trip, I had a trip that I was going on. It was I think it was my 90-day road trip where I went across the country buying and selling from thrift stores, garage sales, retail stores all across the country to sell on Amazon FBA. She gave me this gift, and it was a brand new in the package Harry Potter wizard chessboard game. As you can see, this is it. It was pretty big. I mean, it was probably 12 to 14 inches long. It was definitely a big board game. It was sturdy, it was strong, and it had a little bit of a higher rank. And if you're not sure what rank is, it's the number that Amazon associates with a product in terms of its sales velocity, how fast it's selling. The rank is right now it's at 383,000, which isn't bad. When I listed it, I think it was over $500,000. But this was sitting in my inventory for about probably 6 to 8 months, I want to say. And again, she gave it to me as a gift, as a going away gift. And I actually just sold this recently for, I think it was 180. I would bring up my actual sales page on Amazon right now, but it shows the customer's address. So I've kind of got to guess off the top a little bit. But I want to say I sold it for $180, somewhere around 150 to 180. But a really good sale right there. And, you find things like board games and you think to yourself, it can't go for that much money. You would be very, very, very surprised at the prices some of these games could fetch. Now, granted, this was brand new in the box, right? It was brand new, had the shrink wrap on it, had never been opened. So, anything Harry Potter new that's kind of rare like this is probably going to fetch some good money. But you'd be surprised at some of the more common games out there that you can find that could bring in some really good money. One example is Monopoly. If you find Monopoly, especially if it's themed, if it's themed Harry Potter, if it's themed, a sports team, or if it's themed like Star Wars or something like that, you'd be surprised how much money some of these games can fetch. And not only Monopoly or Harry Potter, but there's hundreds of them, hundreds of them. The one tip I can give you right now is if you're out at a thrift store or a garage sale and you see a board game brand new in the package, look it up. If you're selling on Amazon FBA, make sure you have the Amazon Seller app, which is the app you could download directly to your phone. It's free. Scan the barcode, it'll bring up the information, and check out what the item is selling for. You'd be surprised, you really would. But that was a great find right there. Next on deck is a Sony portable AM FM stereo speaker, and I sold this for a little over $30, and I'm not 100% sure what I paid for it. In addition, I'm not really sure where I found it either, because a lot of these items will sit in my inventory for a month, 2 months, 5 months, 8 months, a year. It really depends. Some of these items are more fast turn, others are long tail, which means, I'll invest $3 or $4 in it to have it sell 8, 9 months down the road for $30, which in my eyes is a good investment. So this is a portable AM FM stereo. And the thing that you want to be on the lookout for right here is this right here, Sony. The brand Sony. A lot of Sony items do really, really well. And I'm going to be sharing with you a few more Sony items that I sold. And you're going to have to wait till, I believe, the end of this video. I'm going to share it with you. But there's one product in here that sold for over $80, that I sold for over $80, that you would probably laugh to yourself and say, who in the world would want that product? That's outdated. Nobody would pay that. Trust me, people will pay for these types of items. And even though they are, quote unquote, outdated in a sense, the phrase, there's an ass for every seat, stands true. There's always somebody who wants something. There's somebody out there who it would fit just perfectly for them. But again, not sure what I paid for it. I'm going to assume I paid less than $5. I probably got this at a thrift store, but I may have popped on it at a pawn shop as well. But I'm going to say more towards the thrift store line. So it was definitely a cool little sale right there. Back into the comments, Body Comp is saying, what's happening? What's going on, BC? Good to hear, Mr. Sadie. Shannon Orlano. I know I slaughtered that name. I apologize. Hey, Steve, if I find something that's in perfect packaging, but it's faded, could I sell it as new? Nothing else wrong with the packaging. So Bubba says, I would not, Shannon, but that's just me. If you read the Amazon's terms of service, you're only supposed to sell things new that are like gift ready. What do I mean by that? If you go to a store, a retail store, and you buy a board game, let's say from Toys R Us, it's gift ready. It's brand new. There's no damages in the box. It looks brand new off the shelf. It's ready just to give as a gift. Now, when it's faded or if it has a dent or, there's little issues with it, could you get away with it? Probably. 9 out of 10 times you could probably get away with it, but it's not something excuse me, it's not something that I would advise because it's just a bad practice because you're going against the Amazon terms of service, and all it takes is 1 out of those, 10 times for you to, get a negative feedback that you can't get taken off for one reason or another, and it's going to hurt you in the long run. So I'd say no. Could you get away with it? Probably, but it's not a good practice, and I wouldn't teach people to do it. Also, it's not very ethical in a sense. And you might think to yourself, well, ethical, what do you mean, Steve? It's just a little fading. Well, some people, they really get stuck up on the details. They really do. And, maybe it's a gift for, someone's bar mitzvah or for Christmas. And, they end up looking like a fool because it's faded and they didn't want people to know that it was, offline. It wasn't from the store. So you never really know, but I wouldn't go down that route. Next item up, number 3, is a Lynx. I believe it's I don't know if it's pronounced Link SYS or Lynx YS. I'm not sure. But this is a Cisco router right here. The model number is WRT120N. And I remember buying this from a Goodwill thrift store. I was walking through the thrift store and I was going through the electronics section. There's a shelf over at this Goodwill that I go to. It's a long shelf and it has all the electronics, the video stuff, VCRs, music stuff, all whole bunch of different things. And I saw this, and it was brand new in the package. And I want to say it was $13, $13 or $15. I don't remember exactly, but it was brand new in the package. Had the shrink wrap on it, never opened, gift ready. No damage, no fading, nothing like that. And I scanned it, and it had a great rank. Let's double check what that rank was again. Sometimes it doesn't show the rank. 10,000 computers. So I'm not sure how great that is actually, but in my eyes, I thought it was great. And scanned it. It was coming in at like $55, and it was only 13 or 15 bucks. And I popped on it and sold it within a couple weeks of it being checked into the warehouse. So if you can find routers or different computer products that are brand new in the package, especially if they're brand new, you could look at some really, really good money because these items are very expensive in the store. And another reason why I like to go new over used with electronics, I'll still sell electronics and computer items used, but the reason I like to go new is because you know that it works, right? If you get it used, there's so many things that could go wrong with, people dropping it or missing a piece or an accessory or overheating. I mean, there's a lot of issues you can deal with. But again, paid 13 or 15 bucks for this, not 100% sure, and sold it for $55. And it was just a great sale right there. Just walked into the thrift store, scanned it, bada bing, bada boom, popped on it, threw it in my cart, listed it up, and yeah, made some pretty good money right there. All right, so let's move on to the next item, the 4th item that I sold on Amazon FBA. This is a 50-pack squeeze pouch set right here, and I remember popping on this at a garage sale. And I walked up to this garage sale. It was a Saturday morning, and I was with my mom, aka Mama Profits, and we walked up to this garage sale, and they had a bunch of stuff at this garage sale. The one thing I remember popping at this garage sale was another router. It was brand new in the package, and I think they wanted 15, and I sold that for like $105, like instantly. And then the funny thing is, about a week later, I got a return, and they opened it up and they sent it back, and pretty much devalued it like crazy, which is, it's part of the business. We could talk about that another time, but that was unfortunate. But I remember popping on that, but I remember also popping on a bunch of these little squeeze pouches right here. So I guess the mothers, they put in the little feeding, the little juice or the smoothie stuff. I'm not exactly sure what it's for, but they put it in there, and I believe it's reusable, and I think it's reusable, and they feed their kids, their babies with it. So don't know much about the product, but did look up the rank. It was a fast seller, had great, I was going to say it had great reviews. I thought it did. This only has one customer review. But it seemed like a pretty legitimate brand. And you see right here, this one has 718 reviews. So I was looking at some of the other products. They had good reviews. But yeah, sold that for, I think, $15.99. And I want to say I paid only a couple bucks for that. So that was an interesting little find. This was an awesome sale that I had recently. This was a item that I popped on at a garage sale again, and I was with Mama Profits. It was a cul-de-sac. It was a cul-de-sac with about, I think there were four sales going on at four different houses in this one cul-de-sac that I pulled up to. And Mama Profit shot over to this one sale where there was a bunch of books, and I shot off to another sale. There wasn't a bunch of stuff there, but I saw some electronics and interesting things up on the hill. So I walked up the hill, got to this garage sale, and immediately saw this right here. This was, I mean, I could have probably got away with selling this new, but it didn't have the I wasn't 100% sure if it had shrink wrap around it. I mean, this thing was like brand new. It like had all the packaging inside, but I just sold it as used, sold it for 80 something dollars. Again, I try not to push my luck on Amazon FBA, like trying to like overextend the condition and whatnot. I'll usually under promise and over deliver, which means, you know, if I think I could get away with it new, I'll probably sell it as used, just to under promise and over deliver to really make them happy and to be safe. But this thing was like brand spanking new. I doubt that they ever used it. Paid $10 and sold it for 80, I think 87 or $88, which was a pretty quick, cool flip right there. And it just proves that, you know, you could sell really anything on Amazon. This is one of those Canon selfie photo printers. So I believe you take a picture and then you take the card out, insert it into the actual unit, and then it prints out a picture, which is just very neat, very interesting right there for the people who like more of a physical picture in their hand instead of just looking on their phone or their computer. So definitely an interesting item. What I really liked about this product when I scanned it in was, first off, 4.5 stars right here, 4.4 out of 5 stars. The product is something that people like. Another thing that intrigued me was 194 customer reviews. So it means that people are actually purchasing this product. They're leaving a good review. And there's 194 people who actually left the review, which is a challenge at times to get reviews on products. So just a really interesting product right there. It was easy to ship. It came in the box, you know, I just threw it in with my shipment, and bada bing, bada boom. All right, I'm going to take a drink real quick, catch my breath. Okay, so let's see what's going on in the comment section as well, answer some questions. So Mr. Sadie saying, where would you say you do most of your Amazon sourcing, retail or more from yard sales and thrift? I've heard a hard time finding Amazon products, at least that amount of anything. Thanks. I could find an abundance of Amazon products out there, Mr. Sadie. Mostly if I had to break down my top ways that I find products to resell on Amazon, I would say number one, since I sell a lot of books, I do a lot of books. Number one is from thrift stores. I find massive amounts of inventory from thrift stores. I'm talking books, video games, electronics, clothing items, board games. The list really goes on and on. The list goes on and on. I was at a thrift store the other day and found this Elvis Presley bear brand new in the box. I mean, who finds that type of stuff? I found it. I mean, you could as well. It's crazy. But I'd say thrift stores is number one, probably my best way to be able to find products. Number two, I would say probably pawn shops at this point in my hustling career. I do buy a lot of electronics, calculators, cameras, computer items from pawn shops. Number three, I would say garage sales. 2 and 3, garage sales or pawn shops, either way. And number 4, probably retail stores. So those are my top 4 locations right there. Shannon, don't worry about it. It happens. I mean, like I said, you can try to get away with it, but it's probably just, it's not a good habit to form. But, you know, you live and you learn. Golden Age Games, what's going on? GAG in the house. All right, so let's get back into this sales update. And I want to ask you guys, it looks like we have 45 people watching live right now. Can you guys do me a big favor and smash that like button? Hit that like button right now. We only have 6 likes. I appreciate the likes because, number one, let's just be real. It's tough at times being a content creator on YouTube. There's a lot of ups and downs, peaks and valleys. You know, one minute everyone loves you, next minute everybody hates you. For all the people out there making YouTube videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, you know what? It's good for our self-esteem. No, but I really would appreciate you hitting that like button. It helps out a lot, helps to promote this video as well. So thank you so much. What's up, Thrift Coach? Good to see you. Let's dive back into the show. Thanks for all the likes, guys. I appreciate it. Sent in 3 of these Nintendo nunchuck controllers. And these are the ones that came in the little rectangular box. Popped on 3 of these a while ago from a Goodwill. Funny thing is, they were all 3 of them were the same, but 2 of them were $3 and one was 4. And the funny thing is, I was peeling off the stickers the other day to ship them in, and they were in a closet that I had like lost track of these items for like probably like 7 or 8 months ago. I don't know what happened. I put them into a closet. I was going to ship them out, forgot about them, but I pulled them out and I'm like, whoa! I just got money sitting in here. Like these were like instant sellers. The rank was amazing. Let's go see what the rank is. 2,000 electronics. Whew, that's a lovely rank right there. But whipped them out of the closet. Whipped them out of the closet. That wasn't the right term. Pulled them out of the closet and took the stickers off, shipped them in. I mean, bada bing, bada boom, they were gone. That's the end of the song. And sold for 29 bucks each, 29 and change. All 3 of them sold. And yeah, brand new in the box from a Goodwill. Paid $3 or $4 each. One of them was 4, and just a quick seller right there. And they were small. The fees were low. You can find these items out there, guys. You can find these items out there at thrift stores, garage sales, pawn shops. You can find them at retail stores on clearance. Yes, I said retail stores on clearance. Walmart, Target. You can find these items. Go to the clearance section and go check it out, and you will see from time to time you can get your hands on these products at retail stores. But yeah, I love selling these types of items. Video game stuff is hot on Amazon FBA, and there's just a lot of nostalgia behind these types of items, and there's a big market for it. So that was definitely a cool sale, and brought in probably about 15 bucks profit on each one of these. Next up is another electronic item right here. We have an amazing brand and an amazing model to go along with this brand. Right here, we have a Canon PowerShot. Model is SX130IS. Got a 12.1 megapixel. This is a 12.1 megapixel digital camera with 12x wide angle optical image stabilized zoom with a 3.0 inch LCD. I feel like I'm an auctioneer. Anyways, this thing's coming in over 230 new. I sold this used for $83 and change. Not sure how long it took because I have quite a few of these various models in my inventory. So I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, it took this long to sell. I'm not 100% sure how long it took to sell. It could have been a year, could have been 2 months. But I'm going to say probably around the 3 to 6 month mark to sell this item, just guessing off the top. What did I pay for this item? Again, I'm not 100% sure what I paid because I have over 1,000 items in my inventory. But if I was to guess where and what I paid for this, I would say that I probably got this from a pawn shop, because typically you're not going to find Canon PowerShots used at a thrift store. Once in a while, but typically you're not going to find them. So I'm about 99% sure I popped on this from a pawn shop. And yes, you can buy items for really good prices at pawn shops. What did I pay for this? If I had to guess, I'd probably say I paid probably in the vicinity of $30 to $40. That's typically what I would pay for something like this if I saw that it was coming in at 80 bucks used. Let's go down to the product details to see what the rank is on this, if it shows. This is a 2,895 rank in camera and photo. If you're thinking to yourself, what's this 297? That's a subcategory. Just ignore that. You want to look at the main ranking and the main category, which is camera and photo. If you're thinking, is 2,895 a good rank in cameras? Absolutely. It's an excellent rank. In my opinion, anything under 5,000 rank in camera and photo is definitely a good rank. Once you get to like the 10,000 mark plus, it's starting to get a little higher, more long tail. So I typically try to keep it under 10K, but I have known of others to sell these cameras, much higher than 10K rank. So it's really up to you and your risk tolerance and your business model. But definitely an awesome item to pick up right there. There's a lot of different lines of this Canon PowerShot. My favorite is probably the Canon PowerShot 110HS, which is a little point and shoot camera. That puppy goes for like over 150 all day long. And any Canon PowerShot that you can get that's like a red or a blue or some type of an abstract color is going to typically bring in some more money as well. But sold that puppy for 80 something. Definitely made some good money there. Right here, we have an item that I popped on I actually popped on 3 of these at a pawn shop when I was with my buddy Tim Fisk. So Tim, if you're watching, big shout out to you, because he's the one who actually spotted these 3 at the pawn shop. But I think he wasn't looking to spend money for one reason or another. I think he was trying to hold on to his funds for the garage sales on Saturday. I want to say it was like a Thursday or a Friday. We went to this pawn shop and he saw 3 of these, and I said, "You sure you don't want them?" He goes, "Nah, I don't want them. I'm gonna save my money." So I said, "All right, I'm gonna go up to the pawn shop dealer and see if I could put a deal together." And I want to say these were marked at, I want to say 47 or 55 bucks each, somewhere in that vicinity. Don't quote me on that, but somewhere around the $50 mark. And I said, "Hey, what's going on, man?" And I built up a relationship with these guys. I said, "Hey, if I took all 3 of these, would you take 30 bucks each?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Out the door?" He said, "Yeah," which means no paying tax. So I paid 30 bucks each for these items right here. It came with the controller, it came with the accessories all bundled up and shrink wrapped together. So I got the slim PS2 with the controller, with the accessories, the cables and all that stuff all wrapped up. And I got them for 30 bucks each. And surprisingly, if you take a look in the, this is used starting at merchant, but if you take a look at the used prices for FBA, and I sold mine for $73. Let's see what they're coming in at now. So they're actually down to 65. Well, that's acceptable. Mine was in good condition. I actually sold all mine for over $73. Or I sold 2 of them, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but let me X out of that. Okay. I sold mine for 73 bucks each. I paid 30 each, so I made probably like $25 each. But surprisingly, these slim PS2s, if you have the controller, the accessories, the cables, those for really good money. So didn't take long to sell at all. Only took a week. I think one sold within the first few days. The next one sold in a week, and I think I might have one more up for sale. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, PS2 guys, you might think to yourself, who in the right mind would buy a PS2? You'd be surprised, guys. Let's check out the rank real quick. 555 in video games. Holy moly, that's an amazing rank right there. So if anyone says to you, "You're stupid, don't buy PS2 stuff, no one's going to buy it," dude, let them think that, because look at the rank right here. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, next item that sold. And remember I told you guys I was going to share with you another Sony item that people would probably laugh at you if you told them, "Yeah, I made, 50 bucks profit on this item." Most people would say, "You're out of your mind." Someone actually left a comment the other day saying, "Steve, nobody buys VHSs." Yeah, you're wrong about that. Check this out. I sold this for $80 and change. This is a Sony SLV in 750 forehead HIFI VCR hi-fi. Sold that for 80 bucks and change. Let's take a look at the rank, guys. The rank of this, I don't know if it's going to show it or not, but I literally just sent in a bunch of oversized items about a week ago, and right when it checked in, it sold. I don't know what the rank is, but sold that for 80 bucks and change. Popped on this for $10. $10 at a local Goodwill. And I remember actually going into this Goodwill, and there was a guy who I walked into the Goodwill, and he goes, "Hey, what's up, Steve?" And I said, "Hey, what's up?" I didn't know who he was. He goes, "I watched your YouTube videos." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool, man. Nice to meet you. What's happening?" He goes, "I'm from New York. I'm coming here with my brother. We're scanning." So they went and wiped out all the books, and I said, "You know what? I'm going to go check out the electronics." And I found that for 10, sent it in, and made some good money. Now, I do want to say, when you're sending in oversized items, you are going to pay a little more to ship it in, and you're going to pay a little more to store it in terms of the storage fees. But if it sells quick, you don't really have to worry about the storage fees. But yeah, that sold really nice right there. And the last item I sold was the best sale that I've probably had over the last week or so. This sold for $199 and change. This is an HB Scanjet 4670 see-through vertical scanner, and popped on this at a thrift store. To be specific, it was a Savers thrift store in Newington, Connecticut. I remember popping on this, and I want to say I paid $20 on this, and sent it in. Again, this was an oversized item that I sent in with that VCR, and right when it hit the warehouse, boom, it sold instantly, and made some really good money. Probably made about $150 profit on this. Again, I don't know much about it. I did test it out. It turned on. Everything was like brand new. I don't even think it was used. So you don't have to be an expert in all these types of items. You might think to yourself, "Steve, I don't know I don't know, the least amount about a VHS player or, a ScanJet scanner. I mean, just turn it on, test it out as best as possible. Use Google. If you have to, join a Facebook group and post a picture. I run a Facebook group called The Green Room over at greenroomuniversity.com. And anytime people have questions over there or they're not sure about something, they post a picture in there and, we let them know. So, you don't have to be an expert in each item, but you just need to be able to use your common sense and ask people who know more than you when you need help. That's why it's so important to be a part of a community. But anyways, as I digress, paid about 20 bucks, sold for 199 and change, and it was an awesome sale. Let's take a look at the rank. Check that out, guys. 248 in electronics. I believe this is a secondary, maybe, I don't know if this is a secondary category or not, but anyways, sold that really quick. So yeah, those are my sales, guys. I'm going to jump into the comment section real quick and say hello to everybody to see what is going on in the comment section, answer some questions. So we got 50 people watching live. Good to see you all. Doesn't anybody work a day job? I'm just kidding. I'm making jokes because I'm actually recording this live on a Friday afternoon at about noon. So yeah, it's funny. Kenneth says, how do you pack this camera? When I sell cameras, I typically bubble wrap them. So I bubble wrap them up and then I'll stretch wrap them. And sometimes, depending on how much bubble wrap I have and how safe I want it to be, I'll typically put it in a smaller box, put a do not separate sticker on that, and then stick it in my shipment, or I'll just bubble wrap it, stretch wrap it, throw on the FN SKU, and just toss into my box. So Thrift Coach says, always check used board games. Usually have a sheet that explains contents, Paul. Thrift Coach, that's a good point. There's a lot of money to be made in used board games. The thing is, it's just a matter of how much patience you have. Do you have the patience to check for all the contents? I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to check, the contents of a board game if it has hundreds of pieces. I'm just not going to do it. Am I losing out on money? Probably, but I just don't have the patience for it. But if you do, God bless you. Paul's saying the same thing. Do you literally go through board games and make sure they are complete? Let's see what else is going on in the comment section. Mr. Sadie says, I keep a rank list for each category in my pocket when I source. Every category is so different. Yeah, we actually have one of those sheets that we created within the green room as well. It's a whole sheet with all the, the best category ranks to stick with. So I'll usually just pull that up on my phone, but you could also have it in your pocket if you're old school like Bubba. Nothing wrong with that. Chris S says, I usually bubble wrap them, polybag these types of point and shoots. SLRs usually get a 6x6x6 box with plenty of void fill. Chris S, you are right on the money with that. Cheryl Ann, I have a workout every hour I want job. I have a work. I'm not sure what that means. Good Use Good says, I do love board games. Monopoly sucks to check. Used, yeah. So yeah, guys, again, I'm in the comment section right now answering questions for anybody who has any questions. I'll be in here hanging out with you for a little bit. I'm sipping on my pure coconut water right now on a beautiful afternoon. Been feeling a little under the weather lately. My throat's been sore, but still been going throughout my days and want to come to you guys with a live show, sharing with you some of my items that I've sold to really be able to help you out, because that's my goal, guys. I mean, I have such a passion to help people because I'm so freaking grateful for being able to, run my own business, to make money online, to have the freedom to be able to, go out sourcing and going on treasure hunts and being able to ship items to the warehouses. And I mean, I'm so grateful for learning, from you guys and other YouTube content creators and Facebook groups and blogs, that I just feel compelled. There's just a strong, compelling feeling inside of me that says, you know what, just do a live show, put out the content, help others. And, I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Alex is saying, what is retail arbitrage? No one ever really seems to put a definition for it. In a nutshell, Alex, retail arbitrage is no different than, buying from a thrift store to sell on Amazon. The only difference is, instead of going to a thrift store to sell on Amazon, which is just called thrifting, retail arbitrage is buying an item from a retail store and selling it on Amazon. Arbitrage, the word arbitrage, in my opinion, the definition is, in my bro science definition, is making money on the difference. So, you say you buy an item for $5 on clearance at Target, and then you sell it for $20, on Amazon, you're making that $15 difference, the arbitrage. So it's retail arbitrage. It's making money on retail items, putting it on a third-party platform like Amazon. So that's about it. Sales Survivor, what is shaking? Raiken. Hey man, I'm just sitting here. I'm not shaking at all. No, just kicking back, man. Putting out a video, having some fun, and just kicking back with you guys. Mr. Sadie says hard to find brand new tips after watching thousands of reselling vids for many years, but you never let me down, Bubba. Thanks, man. Mr. Sadie, I appreciate that. And you know what? I agree, but I also disagree. I mean, I watch videos and I learn something in every video because, I don't care if you've been in this game for, you know, a day or, a decade. I'm always learning new stuff. I don't know it all. I'm just a little fish in a big pond. And, it's a learning experience every single day. Raiken, you might have the ingredients for an Amazon Pickers reality show here. I don't know about that. I like living in my little world and my YouTube. I don't know if I'd ever want to do a TV show. Plus, I don't like giving control to other people, which I can only imagine if you had a TV show, everything would be fake. Everything would be controlled, be taken away from you. I don't know. Who knows? But we'll see. Omar says, I hate working for someone else. Is it really possible to make a living from Amazon or eBay? Omar, I've been making a living from eBay and Amazon and different businesses online, including Kindle publishing, which is creating ebooks, creating my own products, YouTube videos, which I don't make a ton of money on these YouTube videos, but I do get paid, a couple $100 or more. Per month. It really depends. But I've been making a full-time living off the internet, putting products online such as eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, doing some other things on the side as well for over 3 years. And, I don't expect you to take my word. Go onto my channel, look back, go back and start from day one, go to my oldest video and you'll see me, posting bicycles on Craigslist and you'll see the progression that I've made. So, yeah, it's absolutely possible. And if you're brand new to the community, I understand that it might be, far-fetched in your eyes, like, can you really do it? But once you get into this community and once you start to embed yourself into all the videos, into all the content, into all the people who are doing it, you start to realize how quick it can be possible. So, you're dead to me, Mr. Sadie. No, but it's definitely possible. It really is. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. It takes hard work. It takes consistency. It takes persistence. It takes a level of commitment, a level of determination to continue to educate yourself and learn and make mistakes and fall down and get back up. But it's definitely possible, and I've done it. I don't make a ton of money on Amazon FBA. There's people who make a lot more, but I'm typically making anywhere between 5,000 to 8,000 per month in gross sales, with probably over a 50% gross margin, profit margin. So, I'm not a millionaire. I'm not going to retire anytime soon, but I do have the freedom to be able to, create my own days and my own schedules. I just, moved into a beautiful apartment, a 2-bedroom 3-bath apartment, beautiful, lots of space, amazing community. I've got time to work out during the day. I'm gonna go hit out a workout soon. I'm gonna go take a hike. I've got the time to be able to make these videos. I'm gonna come home later on and I'm gonna send out a shipment. So, I'm not killing it. I'm not a millionaire. I still have to worry about paying my bills, and I have to worry about, making sure that I have to consistently hustle and get out my shipments and make sure that I have enough inventory to send in. But I live a very happy, content life. And, if you were to stay with me for a week or two and live my life, you'd soon realize that I'm a very happy person and that I'm just super lucky and grateful. So that's not to boast. That's not to brag. Hopefully I'm coming off humble. I'm trying to. But I live a good life and I make it work. So how long did it take for you to get accepted to Amazon merch after you applied? Took about good 2 months probably, Jeremy, and I still haven't taken any action even after the Glenn Zubia video. But I'm approved, so it took a couple months, but there's a lot of changes going on right now. So yeah, hold on one second. Mama Profits in the house?
Yeah, did you call?
No, I didn't call you. I'm on a live show right now. You're live. We have 47 people watching. What do you have to say to everybody?
Hello, everyone. Okay, well, I'm going to get off because I'm on a cell phone.
Are you going to Savers today?
No, I don't. I'm going to my father's. I'm making his dinner.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll talk to you later.
All right, have a good day.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Sorry, guys. That was Mama Profits calling in. Funny thing is, she called me. She actually left me a text this morning. I'm going to read you what the text is. This replies. This applies to Amazon FBA. She left me a message going. Let me read it to you. Hey, Steven. The other day I had a return, and for feedback they gave me a 1 star, and I was wondering if you could help me to get the feedback removed. I sold a VHS brand new, and then they told me that when they got the VHS, it was broken in pieces, and when they put it into the VHS machine, it broke their machine. So that's what happened. That was the message that I got from her this morning, and she was probably just calling me back. And I actually went on to her. I logged onto her Amazon account to remove the feedback for her, to put in the request. And the company that we actually use, we're part of a we're associated with a company that helps us to remove negative feedbacks for us. They also help to get us money back when items get damaged and stuff like that. And I'll be making a tutorial video on that and showing you behind the scenes of that company that we use. But I actually logged into her account, and the company had already taken down the negative feedback. So yeah, that was funny though. It's going to happen sometimes on Amazon. You're going to sell items, and you know, they're going to get broken. There's going to be issues, and people are going to leave negative feedbacks, but you can get these feedbacks removed, especially if it's a damaged item and you're selling through FBA, because you can just blame it on Amazon, because a lot of times it is their fault, theoretically, right? It gets broken during transit. You could say that, hey, it wasn't my fault. It was the fulfillment process that damaged the item. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I don't see any more comments coming through. Again, guys, it looks like we've got about 50 people watching live. If you could smash that like button, I would totally appreciate that. It would mean the world to me. And if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button right down. I don't think it's going to show on the screen, but right down here, you can hit the subscribe button, and you'll get these videos brought right to you. If you want to check out some of the things that I've got going on, you could check down here some of the books and products that I've created. I've created quite a few products on how to sell clothing on eBay. I got 3 products on that. If you want to learn about pawn shops, you could check this out right here. If you want to join a community that helps like-minded resellers like you, that will be supportive, that will help you to get over your challenges, you want to interact with me and have me answer your questions, check out the Green Room, greenroomuniversity.com. So like I said, I do have some products and resources, but nothing specifically for FBA. So hopefully this video was just jam-packed and value-driven, and really helped you to kind of open up your eyes to the opportunities that are out there. There's definitely a lot of opportunities to make money on Amazon FBA, and there's a lot of products out there that you can buy and sell to make a profit on Amazon. It really is. Mr. Dang says, just wanted to know, how can I utilize a spreadsheet to show all items has sold or have in place? I don't use any spreadsheets like that. I do use Inventory Lab, which kind of breaks it down for me. And for my bookkeeping, I use GoDaddy Bookkeeping. So maybe that resource will be able to help you as well. Mr. Bubba, thanks for watching. Omar says, I live in Orlando and buy clothes by the pound, really cheap and in good condition, but I still cannot sell it on eBay. Why? Well, if they're not selling on eBay, you're probably buying the wrong brands. So I'd recommend, again, to go down into the description, pick up 101 killer clothing brands and 102 killer clothing brands, and you'll learn about 203 of the best clothing brands to buy and sell. These are proven brands. So that's the easiest. That's the easiest thing I could say to you right there, is if you want to know what to buy and sell, just get the programs down there, and those will help you. But if they're not selling, odds are you're buying the wrong brands. Maybe your pictures aren't up to standard. Maybe you're not using as good a keywords as you could, or maybe your price is too high. Hey, Raiken, what do you recommend for book selling, a seller tool? I use FBA Scan through a seller tool. I also use Scoutify. I also use the Amazon Seller app, which is free. So I would start with the Amazon Seller app, and then go from there. Funny thing, I've been selling for 2 years and sell about 1 item per day. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I got to roll out of here and go make things happen. I got a shipment to send off to Amazon. But until next time, thanks for watching. Bada bing, bada boom. The profits are coming soon. Keep on picking and making that money, and I'll see you soon. Bye.